Hello and welcome to the WBAP 820 570 KLIF Weather Podcast for Thursday, December 8th, 2022. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brad Barton at the Cumulus Media Center in Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, to set the stage, December has been unusually warm so far, fairly wet too, at least 61/100ths of an inch of rain during the first week of December. That may not seem like much, but December is not normally one of our wetter months. So it's been warm, it's been a little on the wet side. It's going to stay that way for a while longer. First, let's check out the morning satellite loop over Texas. The dark gray clouds that run from about the Big Bend country of the Rio Grande over the southwest, up through the hill country and just past Dallas-Fort Worth. That's all some low-level Gulf moisture, which produced some dense fog and drizzle across North Texas last night. Very dense fog. I'll show you the surface map in a little bit. Shows a slow-moving cold front trying to struggle across the state. Now, the high, thin clouds west of the Gulf moisture, especially those brighter clouds in the Panhandle, that's one of many multiple disturbances that have been digging down the California coast. Then they hook a strong left turn to go northeast over Texas, and we have a few more of those coming through also. All right, now let's take a look at our national radar picture. We've seen some light snow from Colorado and Wyoming moving into western Nebraska. No big deal. Also, another minor storm system is moving ashore on the Pacific Northwest, but it's the one behind it that'll be making a lot more news next week. And then, of course, you see the rain over northeast Texas moving into the Ozarks. All right, let's go to our North American model first. You can see the precip moving off to the northeast and that bit of snow in the Rockies. Now, the next big storm system begins showing up on Monday with a new round of rain and thunderstorms, possibly in North Texas on Monday, increasing Tuesday. That's why I stopped this loop on Tuesday, okay? We're jumping ahead, but I wanted to let you know about the biggest stuff first. We are going to have some showers and storms Monday and probably Tuesday as well, and it'll be a major, major storm system in much of the rest of the country during the last half of next week. Okay, we stopped this loop on Tuesday. Now I'm going to run the model sequence through Thursday night as that storm system finally pulls on to the east, maybe on Friday, okay? So we'll go from Tuesday through Friday. Storm system pulls on to the east on Friday and should be kind of clearing out of the eastern United States the following weekend. It'll be that weekend before Christmas week, really, the week leading up to Christmas. Okay, now let's put on our forecast map starting tonight, Thursday night. Rain and snow in the Pacific Northwest, fairly routine. Snow in Colorado and Wyoming this morning. Moves on into Nebraska and possibly some icing in Iowa this evening. Also, still a slight chance of a couple isolated showers and storms in northeast Texas, probably ending by midnight, if not before, if they develop at all. Now, by Friday morning, the trailing cold front here cuts across Texas and cuts off the rain in north and northeast Texas, with rain and snow across much of the Great Lakes and the eastern third of the country, plus the first of two storm systems moving through the Pacific Northwest into Idaho and the higher elevations of the Rockies. That's number one. The bigger ones coming in later. Now, on Sunday, a new wave of upper-level storm energy catches up with those fronts and moves onshore the entire west coast. That's a pretty big storm system already in the western states, and it starts moving inland. Also, as the remnants of our last little rainmaker, Texas had, spread on through New England. Now, by Monday, this is a full-blown, what we call a full latitude, in other words, from the Canadian border to the Mexican border, a full latitude cyclone, complete with a leading warm front pumping Gulf moisture way out in front of it. And that's how we have rain in our forecast for Dallas-Fort Worth on Monday, plus heavy snows throughout the Rockies and also in the northern plain states. Now, let's take a look at Tuesday. Big rains moving across the Mississippi, trailing back into North Texas Tuesday morning. That's a lot of territory under some heavy rain. Multiple Gulf warm fronts are pumping Gulf moisture like a fire hose clear on up to Canada by Tuesday, and what could be some crippling snows also in the Dakotas and Minnesota. Could be some blizzard conditions on Tuesday. Maybe Wednesday, too. Wednesday, the storm system continues to press eastward with more snows, possibly blizzard conditions across North Dakota and northern Minnesota. You notice it's kicking out the storm system way out ahead of it to the east and southeast, but the center of the low is still pretty close to the Great Lakes, and so you're getting wraparound snow with some very gusty winds up there in the northern states. And that takes us to Thursday. Now, just about everything west of the Mississippi is in the clear. It's also dry, a bit colder in that area too, but still some snows in Minnesota on Thursday. And that really takes us up to mid-December, Thursday the 15th. And by the way, the Climate Prediction Center is, for what it's worth, forecasting below normal temperatures from really the western United States all the way down into Texas beyond the 15th. In other words, from December 15th up to the week just before Christmas. So we'll see how that pans out. I don't see any major storm systems coming through, but it will be breezy and a little bit more December-like during the last half of the month. All right, here's the KLIF WBAP Weather Center forecast. Cloudy, breezy, and damp. Spotty showers mainly north and northeast of Texas today. High near 73. Wind southwest 10 to 15. Low tonight 57 with some patchy fog and drizzle overnight. Then partly cloudy, mild, and dry with a high near 69 tomorrow, Friday. But a new chance of showers and storms Saturday morning with a high also near 69. Now Sunday looks good. Clearing and mild with a high of 65 degrees. Nice day on Sunday. Low near 55. Then that bigger storm system in the plains could be producing new showers and storms here on Monday and especially on Tuesday. So thanks again for joining us for the WBAP 820 570 KLIF Weather Podcast for Thursday, December 8th. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Hello.